dive right in. Okay. So maybe Vlada, you can tell me something about your face mask. Where did you buy your face mask?
I actually bought it at the yeah.
Okay, very nice. We are all wearing face masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is that?
Well, there is a pandemic.
Are these expensive, Katja?
No. They're
Not at the moment, no, right?
No.
Were they expensive last year?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were more expensive last year.
They were definitely more expensive, very expensive. So if you agree with me, it went something like this. Okay. Not very precise, but you get my point. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's say this is the price of face masks. It went something like this from 2019 through 2020, and now we have 2021, right?
Yeah.
So this is the price of face masks. We started here. So as you can see, there are some movements here, okay? So let's say that in 2019, what happened here, Vlada?
Well, the pandemic broke out,
Okay.
and then we had to start wearing the masks, right?
Okay, and then what happened to the price?
It became bigger, right?
That's right, it became, or it increased. Right? Maybe what you can tell me, the price of masks increased.
The price of masks increased.
Definitely. So it increased in 2019. You know that stuff. So can you maybe tell me, is this a small change or a huge change?
Well, that is a huge change.
That's right. So the price increased dramatically. Would you say that? Can you
Yes. The price increased dramatically.
Okay. And can you ask Katja about the price of gasoline in this country?
Did the price of gasoline increase dramatically?
Good job. Yes.
Well, yeah, it did, but maybe not in the previous period. Maybe.
I don't drive, I don't know, sorry.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it didn't increase.
It didn't increase dramatically in the last year, but
Okay.
maybe during the 90s, yes.
Okay. And maybe dramatically, but maybe it increased a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
It increased slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it increased slightly.
Slightly.
Can you ask David, Katja, about the price of bread?
Okay, so David, has the price of bread increased dramatically or slightly?
I don't eat bread, but the price of bread, I would say, increased slightly, probably.
Okay, thank you so much. That's it. And can you tell me about some trend that went down, like here? Did the price go down?
Yeah.
Let's say the price went down or it decreased. Can you tell me?
Yeah, so the price went down or decreased.
Okay. And again, was it something huge or just a slight change?
Maybe a slight change.
Okay, so we can say that it decreased.
Slightly. So
Slightly.
it decreased slightly.
That's right. Can you talk to me, David, about the number of, let's say, people living in Belgrade?
Okay.
Did that increase or decrease?
Depends on the period, but let's say now, the amount of people living in Belgrade increased dramatically.
That's right, in the past. But let's just consider 2021,
Mhm.
okay? In 2021, do you think this number is going down or going up?
Yeah, many people actually lost their jobs, right?
Okay, maybe they're moving to some
Home.
other place, okay? And so we can say that the number decreased slightly,
Yes.
right? Okay, and here, is there any movement here?
No.
Okay, so let's say that the price has remained stable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Stable. So it has remained stable. 2021 is not finished, right? Are we still in 2021?
Yes, as I remember.
Okay. So the price has remained stable. It hasn't gone up. Okay. So can you maybe tell me? Let me draw a different graph, and maybe David, you can comment on the price of, let's say, phones.
Okay.
in general, how did that go? I'm gonna draw and you tell me.
Okay, so starting from 2019, I would say it was at a high,
Okay.
and then it went slightly lower, so it decreased a little bit, and then it decreased dramatically.
Like that?
Yeah, and more,
Okay.
and then it increased dramatically.
This is what happened?
Yes.
Okay. So, up to this point,
You're very sure about
Yes. Yes. Yes.
okay. So, if we started here, this is, let's say, finished.
Sure.
Is this an ongoing trend?
Let's say. Yes.
Okay. So, it has increased.
It has increased.
And here it decreased.
Mm-hmm. So it
Okay.
decreased, yeah.
Okay. So, can you tell me about, can you ask Katja
Mm-hmm.
about, let's say, the number of students at the school?
Okay, so Katja, has the number of students in the school increased or decreased since 2019?
Well, I would say that at a certain point, the number of students has increased up to the beginning of 2020. Then it kind of decreased slightly, and then it remained stable for a period of time, and then it slightly decreased in 2021.
That's a very detailed explanation.
It's like the next one.
And maybe Katja, you can ask Vlada about, let's see, about the number of, let's say, not the number, maybe the price of, what can we do? The price of clothes, is that too wide?
Sure, okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so should I describe the trend? Okay, can I talk about, let's say, winter clothes during the year? Okay,
That's a
great.
great idea.
Great, okay. So, let's say the prices of winter clothes in September was very low, and then towards the end of the year, the price increased dramatically. And I think in January and February it remained stable, but in the future months the prices will, I think, dramatically decrease.
It's March now, right?
Oh
So-
yes, yeah, it's
Yeah.
March, right? So the prices have dramatically decreased.
Okay, and they're continuing to decrease. Very
Mhm.
good, thank you so
Right.
much. All these changes, all changes that happen are brought about different factors. Okay, so let's talk about those factors. Let me do this. So what do you guys think are some of the factors that drove these changes?
Maybe the pandemic is one of the factors.
Definitely. Is the pandemic an internal or an external factor?
It's an external factor. I would say.
Okay, good job.
I feel like this is math.
Is this useful for you in terms of maybe your job to be able to talk about these trends?
Definitely.
Okay, so today we're going to, be talking about those trends, how they changed, and talk about the factors that drove change. Okay, and is it relevant for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So you've mentioned the pandemic.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you think are external factors?
Well, in the case of my trend, I think that the time of the year, the season, is very important
Okay,
factor.
season, that's a great one. Season. Is there anything within your company that can make some changes or drive changes? Think about your colleagues who don't work there anymore.
Mm.
You mean?
Can we be understaffed?
Yes.
Is that an internal factor?
You can be. So some people maybe leave their positions, they quit, or they're fired, let's say.
The CEO maybe then?
Maybe the CEO. So if key employees leave, maybe is that an external or an internal factor?
Internal, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything else that you think drives change?
Well, there are a lot of factors.
Economic crisis.
And
But that would be an exception.
the global economic situation, which is usually unstable,
That's right.
more or less. And then, of course, the reasons behind it could be also different. And internal factors, also some restructuring inside the company due to some changes on the market.
That's a great point. So where would you put changes on the market?
External.
Okay. Market changes. And here you mentioned restructuring.
Restructuring, yes.
Okay. Can I mention some of them and you tell me where they fit in?
Sure, okay.
Okay. What about like new production techniques?
Internal.
Internal. Good job. What about appointment of senior executives? Again, internal. Right? What about changes in technology?
That's an external factor.
Definitely. Okay.
Unless it's the technology that we've decided to apply
Yeah.
internally.
Okay, that's a great point. What about the political or economical situation in the country?
External.
It's definitely an external factor. What do you call some legal processes that can drive change? Some new laws?
Legislation, maybe?
Legislation. Good job. Is that an internal or an external factor?
Internal.
Yes.
Or
It's
external.
external.
Yeah. It doesn't come from the company.
Okay.
It comes from the country.
Okay.
right. So you have to abide by those laws. Okay. So, well, when you're driving, are you over?
I am driving, just very rarely.
When you're driving, do you need to abide by certain laws?
Yes, I have to abide by certain laws.
Ask Gaji if she does that when she's at work.
Uh-huh. But do you have to abide by certain laws when you're at work?
Absolutely. I have to abide by internal policies and, of course, general laws.
Okay.
I can't steal anything.
Yeah, that would not be nice.
Officially.
You can try.
I can try.
And can you ask David if he abides by certain laws when he's,
Do you abide by laws when you walk your dog?
I try my best.
Okay.
I try my best to abide by the laws.
Is it a legislative requirement that you pick up after your dog?
I think you can be fined for not picking up big excrement, so yeah.
Yeah, if you're caught, you're fine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have you ever been fined?
No, I have never been fined.
Oh,
I know that in the States, when you rent a house or a flat, you have to take your dog to get their DNA tested. So when they find some poop left outside, they check it for DNA, and you get fined. Yeah.
They have a lot of free time, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of resources.
resources is the key word.
Yeah.
Okay.